We could survive that. We could survive that. We could survive it. Hello, welcome back to the shed for another episode of We Could Survive That, your survival guide to the movies. My name is Jack, and today I'm joined by a man who once played Hungry Hippos with real hippos. It's Chris.
Hello everybody, and what an exciting game that was. The winner, I hear you ask? Yes, it was me. Yes,
I
two hippos
would have
did
bet
die.
on the hippos, really.
You'd think, but once you trank them up enough, they're not going anywhere.
Oh, that's cheating, man. You can't drug up your hippos in Hungry Hippo. Right. Today's episode was going to be about who the patron saint of the podcast should be. But that conversation lasted about 5 seconds, and it ended with both of us agreeing Sean Bean.
Oh yes, the patron saint, Sean Bean, best known for dying in his movies.
Yes. So that would have been a podcast about a minute long. So we've decided to go with our top 5 favourite deaths from movies. I don't know about you, Chris, but these, for me, change on a daily basis.
Yeah, we say top 5 movie deaths. These aren't my top 5. What actually happened was I was meant to compose a list before this episode was recorded.
Yes, you were meant to do your homework and you didn't. We're professionals here, man. Come on, get with the program.
And I forgot to do it. So I've got 5. I've got 5 movie deaths. I wouldn't say they're my top, but they are the ones that spring to mind. So they must be important-ish to me, I suppose.
They're the ones that you remembered 5 seconds before we started recording.
Yeah, we came into the shed, we sat down, Jack said, have you got your list ready? I thought, oh shit, I haven't got my list. Can't blag my way out of this.
You could blab.
Yeah, I could blab. I can't blag my way out of this. So I'm just going to make a list up.
So what we're going to do is we'll take it in turns naming our favourite deaths, and basically we will tell you how to survive these horrible situations.
So unlike episode 1, we could survive that. It's actually got a meaning to it now.
We're actually telling you how to survive things. We're actually being survivally. We're using our camping to good knowledge here. Yes, putting it to good use.
We're using our limited camping skills
yes.
to tell you how to survive movie deaths.
Yes. Right. Who's going first?
You can start.
Right. Okay, my first death, I have to be careful with saying the character's name, is Cunth from McGroober. Don't say it.
Cunth?
Cunth.
C-U-N-T-H, is that?
Yes. Spelled the same as the naughty word, but with a H. So basically, Cunth is the bad guy in McGroober, who's, if you've not seen the movie...
Like me.
Yeah. You should, it's great. He is basically a Mickey of like James Bond and all the other super spy things. Cunth is locked in a shed with a bomb which explodes, but that doesn't kill him because he's been listening to We Could Survive That. Yeah, Cunth survives a bomb exploding because of us.
Okay.
So to try and get his revenge, Cunth gate crashes McGroober's wedding with a rocket launcher. Right? Yeah.
Right, yeah, go on.
And then for some unknown reason, after missing shooting McGroober with a rocket launcher, he goes up to engage in a fist fight with McGroober, who throws him off a cliff. It gets better.
Yeah, go on.
He throws him off a cliff, grabs a machine gun, shoots Cunth as he's falling.
Where does he get the machine gun from?
Oh, it's McGroober. He pulls him out of his arse. So he's shooting Cunth as he falls. Cunth hits the floor. McGroober then switches to the grenade setting of the machine gun.
The machine gun just happens to have a grenade setting, did it?
It does, don't question it. Don't question the logic of movies. If we did, then none of us would be here. Yes. McGroober then shoots him with the grenade launcher. No, it's not done yet.
Yeah, go on, what happens?
And then he pees on Cunth's dead body.
Really, does he pee?
Yes.
He really pees. Let me get this right. So
on him.
we got a baddie called Cunth.
Cunth.
Cunth. It was in a shed like we are. A bomb exploded. He survived that.
Yes.
Okay. He goes to the wedding of McGroober.
McGroober.
McGroober. And rather than just pulling out a pistol and shooting him, he takes a rocket launcher, so an RPG.
Yes, takes
shoots
one
and
shot
misses.
at him, misses, takes one shot, misses, and then proceeds to try and beat him up.
Okay. Right, and you want me to survive?
I could survive this just by taking two rocket launchers, and rather than just relying on the one. Oh, I missed. I'll reload. Oh, that got him.
And really, I would have survived this by turning up at McGroober's wedding, and I would have just taken a pistol with me, or my own machine gun, which would have had more than one bullet. I would have then shot him as he was getting married. Right? It works in James Bond. There's a James Bond film, I forget which one, where Bond gets married and then his wife gets killed afterwards.
Majesty's Secret Service.
Yeah, and how do they kill again? They shoot. They shoot her.
They just shoot. They stop at the side of the road.
That's it. They just shoot her, and you know why that worked? Because they had a gun and just a
handgun. A rocket
gun.
launcher is a big gun. It's like a gun, but bigger and goes boom.
It's a big explosive gun, but it was a terrible idea. So he shoots what's his name? McGroober misses.
Mila Kunis and McGroober
and then,
should get together because none of us can say their name.
No, I can say Mila Kunis's.
Oh,
so they get to. So I was about to say they get together.
McGroober and
Cunt. Shoots with the rocket, misses him. McGroober looks at his eyes. He's like, I always knew you wanted me that bad, because Cunt is using the rocket launcher as a symbol for his phallus.
Yeah.
Firing off that one rocket was his firing off his one nut.
Would it explain Cunt's mindset if I told you in the explosion that he survived, he lost his penis?
Are you serious?
Yes. McGroober tries to kick him in the nuts or something, or cut off his testicles, and there's nothing there. It's like a Ken doll.
So can I confirm, is this film going to be a comedy? It is a comedy, is it? Right. I don't know. When you first talking about it, I didn't know if it's a serious film that just had us one sort of mishap.
No.
Okay, so it's an actual film.
Yeah.
It's a real.
It's
a
real
real film.
It's
a real
film.
film.
Making this up.
Where Kuntz and McGroober get together. That's a twist. McGroober should be getting married. Kuntz turns up. He's like, "No, please, I need you." McGroober's like, "No, I can't do that." Kuntz fires off his rocket to symbolise his affection. He fires it right off. McGroober still says no, so Kuntz goes to
Cunt.
Yeah, Cunt.
Say
That's what I
right.
said. I said Cunt.
You must be very clear.
Cunt. C-U-N-T-H. Cunt. Right. So they then go over their fist fight. So McGroober's a trained government agent.
He's a trained ninja. His
is Cunt trained in anything?
Is to rip people's throats out, which he doesn't use in this. Which is
so how's it his signature move? Don't lie to me.
He just does it a lot. It's the one thing he can do very well.
So, is Kuntz got any sort of training?
No, he's just a man who had a ponytail and had a penis.
Okay, there's your thing. He's got a ponytail. That's one of the bad mistakes to have already. But why would you go hand-to-hand combat with somebody who's got training and you don't?
No. It's his lack of penis that made him crazy.
His lack of penis made him crazy. Did he lose his balls in this as well?
Yes.
He lost his balls as well.
Given the full Ken doll treatment.
The full Ken doll treatment. So we got a drop in testosterone levels because he's lost his balls, and maybe that affects him somehow. I don't know. That explains why he brings the rocket launcher.
He's overcompensating.
He's overcompensating.
Yeah.
I suppose using the gun. So McGroober kills him and then throws him over the. Oh, no, sorry, doesn't kill him. Has a fight with him, throws him over a cliff, and then shoots him with a machine gun, and then pees on his dead body.
Yes.
Okay, I would survive this in several ways. One, I would cut my hair and not have a ponytail. Two,
he doesn't throw him off with the ponytail. It just so happens he has a ponytail.
I'm imagining it that he threw him off with the ponytail.
Just grabs the hair and just lassos him around and he's gone.
Why not? Yeah, it could happen, I suppose.
It didn't happen though.
There is another film where somebody dies because they get the ponytail caught in something. I can't remember what it is for now. I will remember it and come back to it in a future episode.
That's a great story.
It's a great story. I would survive this by simply, I would turn up at McGroober's wedding with a machine gun or a pistol and just shoot him flat out.
You'd turn up with a lesser gun.
I would turn up with a lesser gun to get the job done, yes. Yeah. Second, failing that, I would not engage hand-to-hand combat. I would have taken his wife or his husband, I don't know whoever he's marrying, hostage. Wife. It is a wife, okay.
McGroober makes it very clear he's not gay.
Right, okay. I would have taken his wife, held her hostage. Saying that, it didn't work out too well in Die Hard, did it?
No, which we will get on to.
We're going to get on to. But I reckon, yeah, I could survive that by simply not turning up with a rocket launcher to a wedding and being sensible and just bringing a gun.
Okay, so your way of survival is stupid.
Stupid?
It's stupid.
What do you mean stupid?
Mine is way better because I bring...
Alright, what you got?
I bring a bigger gun.
What bigger gun? What would you bring?
I keep the RPG or the rocket launcher.
That's your secondary weapon, is it? What's your primary?
No, it's my primary weapon. That's all you need. You just take that, but you take more rounds. Just
well, you
don't
stand
fire
closer.
One. Yeah.
How far away is he when he shoots?
He's quite far away, and then he suddenly appears next to McGroober.
Well, there you go. There's another problem. Get closer.
Yeah.
All right, you have a gun that just creates a massive explosion. If you don't think you can take the shot, just move closer. This cunt guy sounds like a real cunt. Yeah.
Right. What's your one then? What's one of your deaths?
Mine is from George R. Romero's Diary of the Dead.
Ah, yes.
Zombie survival film that's filmed through the use of personal cameras, so done as a found footage or used for like security cameras. Near the end of the film, once the survivors get into this mansion that belongs to one of the survivors, they're in there locked down. A zombie gets in there who's dressed as a mummy, funnily enough. I can't remember the zombie gets in, but you got a guy in there.
He digs a tunnel and
under the mansion.
Fellow,
that comes back. Excuse me.
Prisoners of war sneaks in.
But how he works is he goes in, and then you got one guy's in a bathroom, right? One of the survivors. He's wearing this like big, like thick dressing gown, and he's standing in the bathroom. He's got a bath.
You got to enjoy the little things.
You got to enjoy the little things in life.
You got to have your comforts.
That's a Zombieland reference right there.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think. He's standing there in front of the mirror. I think he's just got out of the bath. That's why he's got a robe on. The bath is still in the water is still in the bath behind him. And he's drying his hair with a hairdryer. Right now, the zombie comes up behind him. He doesn't hear the zombie approaching because he's got the hairdryer going. Okay, and even though he's looking into a mirror, he doesn't see the zombie approach from behind him, because who would? Who would see anything behind him in the mirror?
So it's not like the zombie has the element of surprise.
Not at all.
He's just engrossed in his own reflection.
Yeah, I mean, he's not even got hairdryer worthy hair. I mean, it's not like he's got like longish hair that needs hairdryer. He could just do it with a towel like most people and leave it at that. But anyway, the zombie comes up, attacks him. They have a bit of a wrestle. I think it bites him. They then fall into the bathtub. He's got the hairdryer on. It electrocutes. Cuts the power off to the mansion, if I remember correctly. Kills the guy that falls in. I'm not sure if the zombie actually dies from it or not, because I'm not sure if the electrical current is enough to destroy the brain. But it certainly kills the person.
Right. So basically, in a zombie apocalypse, personal hygiene of the hair region, the upper hair region,
isn't
crabs.
Really
crabs,
essential.
You'd have to watch crabs. You'd have to watch crabs in the lower hair region, but in the upper hair region, perfectly dry hair. Zombies or catching a cold. I know which one I'd rather have.
Damn right, we want that zombies, don't we?
No,
yeah, we want. Oh
yeah.
No. I meant the cold. Yeah, of course. Yeah, the cold.
By
yeah.
Zombies, not great. Or just unplug the bath. Or have a shower.
Or let the water out. When you get out of the bath, you turn and let the water out.
Yeah.
That he was saving it for anybody else. Maybe he's gonna rewash. I don't know.
What?
Maybe he likes to wash his hair separately in the bath, and you get back in and wash himself again.
It's probably best for human evolution that he died. We agree.
But he does die, don't worry. He dies quite spectacularly. I believe it cuts the power out to the rest of the mansion, which then forces the remaining survivors to go into it's like a panic room they got.
Yeah.
The film ends with them in that panic room, unable to leave because all these zombies have got into the house. So I think they actually die in there as well. So this guy causes the death of these other people because he's drying his hair.
Was it worth it to have lovely blonde hair? Was he blonde?
No, it wasn't blonde. I think it was black,
Silky,
black or dark brown.
Dry hair. It's never worth it.
Completely, honestly ruined it. I mean, if he was drying his hair like that, who else? Can you imagine the zombie walked in, he was standing there with his robe open, in front of the mirror, just drying like his pubes.
Yeah.
He's just down there, just drying.
Zombie would have thought twice before munching on him then.
Oh, tasty. I mean, he could have been doing anything in that bathroom when he walked in. Any other thing he could have been doing could have possibly, not necessarily saved his life, but extended his life. I mean, if he was sitting on the john having a dump,
not
the zombie
if he was
walks
straightening his hair, that would have ended much the same way.
Yeah, probably would have ended the same way. But again, his hair wasn't long enough to use straighteners on there, which is why I don't understand why he was using a hairdryer. Maybe it's because they'd been through such an ordeal and they were like, I want this little pleasure in life.
We are a podcast about movie survival, and we're talking about grooming products.
Yep, let's get off of this. Right.
Yes,
In other words, how would you survive?
not using grooming products.
I would survive as well by, again, agreeing with you, not using the grooming products.
Yes.
Also, if you're in a zombie apocalypse, even if you're in a safe location, you don't ever let your guard down. You do not ever let your guard down.
Lock the bathroom door.
Lock the bathroom door. You lock the bathroom door when you go in to a bathroom anyway.
Yeah.
Assuming you have a lock on your bath door.
Yeah.
This must have. It was a massive house.
Stupid. Right.
Okay, what's your second one?
Die Hard. The original McGroober.
The original
comes
Die
death.
Hard.
Hans Gruber being shot and falling out the window, grabbing hold of the watch, and then John McClane unstrapping the watch from his lady friend, and then Hans falling to his death.
Quite
Could you
simply.
survive gravity?
Maybe not gravity, but I know how I would survive that situation, quite frankly, by
Okay. You are Hans Gruber. Hans Gruber.
Yeah. yeah.
But on your best German accent.
I can't do a German accent. I'm not even going to try one. What's your German accent?
Hello.
What is that?
It's the same as my Buried impression for some unknown reason.
That's terrible.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Awful. Just awful. Just stop.
Okay, none of us is Hans Gruber.
None of us is Hans Gruber.
If you were, how would you survive?
Right.
Bearing in mind, if you do survive, John McClane will probably find another way to kill you. He is that good.
Right. What I would have simply done is
Shot him in the head.
When Hans was holding his wife, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And then he made John McClane drop his gun, and McClane had the gun duct taped
Sticky
to
tape
his back.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, as soon as McClane dropped his gun, I would have just shot him there and then. I wouldn't have made a speech or done anything or said, "Look at your wife" or this. Like, as soon as he dropped his gun, I would have blown his brains out.
Not with a rocket launcher.
Not a rocket launcher, just with his bog standard pistol. Because I believe, because after McClane drops his gun, he tells him to put his hands up in his head, which is how he reaches around for the gun.
Yeah.
Rookie mistake. Shouldn't have done that. Should have just shot him. That's another thing. Bond films, all the Bond films.
We'll get onto them later.
Right, amount of times he should have died. But right, yeah, I would have just shot McClane straight away in the head. Do you know what? Or another thing, I've gone a bit more dramatic. I would have thrown his wife at him. That would have put McClane off. I would have launched his wife at him. McClane would have caught her, and then I'd have bang bang.
Ooh,
He shot me down.
For the price of one.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then it ended with a musical. That would have been good. Yeah, happy ending for Hans Gruber, everybody.
That would have been a happy ending for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I got to the stage where I'd fallen out the window, he's holding on to the watch of the wife, isn't he?
Yeah. He's got one hand on his gun, on his nice shiny gun, and one hand on the nice shiny Rolex of Mrs. McClane.
I would have dropped the gun, reached up and actually grabbed hold of her properly on her arm.
Yeah.
For example, so it would have been a lot harder throwing me off. I would have then made a point of pulling her down with me. So if McClane didn't want her to die, he would grab her and pull her back up and hopefully save me. And then when he
could have saved himself. McClane could have saved himself a lot of trouble if he'd just let the wife go. Then,
if he just let the wife go, she would have gone.
In the second one,
yep.
He's caught in the middle of the airport because he's waiting for his wife to come back from a flight. She's on a plane.
Yeah, for crying out loud.
And in the third one, she left him again. So
what was the point of that?
There's no point in saving Mrs. McClane at all.
At all. You know, it would have been a lot easier.
Let her die. That's just push them both over. McClane's happy. Everyone's a winner.
So really,
no, wait. We're meant to survive this.
We're surviving this. We're surviving as Hans Gruber. Not. This is Hans Gruber dies. Right? Yeah. I would have shot McClane as soon as I made him drop the gun. How would you survive?
Yeah, just shot him in the face with a gun, because that's what you do with guns. You use them.
Point exactly. You would shoot him. You don't stand there holding a loved one hostage. It never works out. Never
He's
at all.
taken out all of your henchmen.
Do you
don't
really
give
think
him an opportunity? Silly Gruber. I'm not sure if I'm on Gruber's side or not.
Maybe he was holding her for other reasons. You know, maybe because he was holding her quite close. He might have been like, you know, massaging
Massaging.
He may have just been massaging against her. One final fuck you to John McClane.
To McClane, right. What's your second one?
My second one is from the film Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters with Jeremy Renner. There's a scene in that where Gretel's out in the woods and the sheriff turns up with his men, and he doesn't like Hansel or Gretel coming in and dealing with the witch problem in their town because he wants to deal with it.
Why does he want to deal with spooky, magical people?
I don't know. It's what he wants to do. He wants to protect the town himself. Doesn't want to help Hansel and Gretel. So when Gretel's out on her own in the woods, he turns up with his what they're called. He's thugs. He's a henchman.
His deputies.
He is
a man
deputies.
of the law. You must show him the proper respect.
Earlier in the film, Gretel had headbutted him and broke his nose. So at this point, he's wearing his big ass bandage on his nose, and because it's Hansel and Gretel, so it's not set current times. It's more of a bandage, more of like a leather patch thing on his nose. But anyway, I
you digress a lot.
Digress, that's the one. But anyway, he starts attacking Gretel. He's got his henchmen or his thugs, his deputies with him. They're beating her up, and this troll's watching on the edge of the forest, and or edge of the tree line, and he doesn't like this happening, so he runs out, kills the henchman. He kills one by he what's he do? He gets a branch. He hits two of them off into the forest. He gets another one by I think he squashes one's head, and basically he knocks the sheriff over, and the sheriff's crawling away. He chases after the sheriff, and then the sheriff turns over so he's back, and he stamps on the sheriff's head and explodes it. I mean, absolutely explodes it everywhere.
Like stepping on a ketchup packet.
Yeah, like stepping on a tomato is the best way to describe it. Absolutely just, like, there's no way he could survive that. He just puts his head on it and his head explodes. So, how would you survive that?
By not being a dickhead. People are coming to help you with these scary witches. You don't go, no. You go, yes, please. They're really scary and they've got magic and things.
I think the main reason he doesn't like him is because at the beginning of the film, they're about to burn this woman. Hansel and Gretel turn up, save the woman because she isn't really a witch, and they show the sheriff up, and like I said, Gretel headbutts and breaks his nose. So I think he's a bit pissed off at them, to be honest.
Yeah, that would piss me off. I don't like being headbutted.
No, it wouldn't be nice, would it?
I can count the people that like being headbutted on one hand. Mike Tyson. And that's it.
That's brilliant.
I wouldn't recommend,
absolutely brilliant.
I wouldn't recommend headbutting Mike Tyson, but yeah, he's a boxer. He likes to be punched in the face.
Yep, that's true. Right.
Don't be a dickhead, Sheriff of Hansel and Gretel Land.
There you go then. There's another thing. Again, they make a point of getting hold of Gretel and beating her up. I don't know if their ultimate plan was to kill her or not, but they beat her up. Now they've all got guns. They draw the guns when the troll turns up and shoot the troll. Doesn't work, but just bounce off.
Yeah.
All they had to do was take a shot at Gretel, right? Shot her in the head. That would have killed her. They would have never linked it back to them. That would have been it. Done. But no, they had to beat her up.
Most of these situations could be resolved with a gun.
A lot of these movie deaths could have been avoided if you just shot the person in the first place.
Can I just say that we're not pro-gun on this show, but in these situations they appear to be quite useful.
Very useful.
Yeah.
Right, very useful. And so far, I think...
Obviously not against trolls.
Not against trolls, not in the Hansel and Gretel
film, no. Against John McClane, they're quite useful.
Against Gretel, they could have just shot Gretel.
Yeah.
She's actually... Hansel and Gretel are both actually immune to magic. But, again, yeah, see, a gun. A simple gun. Would have just taken them out. Or just don't beat up the witch hunter, you know.
Be nice.
That's another thing,
what we're saying.
There we go. This is a message to all, I was going to say younger listeners, but I don't know if there's explicit ratings on this where we'd have younger listeners. This is a message to our normal listeners.
Explicit on this podcast. Fuck.
There
you go.
There you go. There's the explicit. Right. So okay. So a message to our viewers: don't be a dick and beat people up because a troll. Wrap your wick. No, I was going to say because a troll might squash your head, but okay.
Okay. Now, it wouldn't be one of these We Could Survive That podcast without mentioning our patron saint, Sean Bean.
The Beanster.
The Beanster. Sean, if you're listening to this, we'd love to have you in the shed. That's never
on the podcast, in the shed on the podcast, not we just want you in the shed.
Want you in the shed. You'd have to bring your own microphone and recording equipment, but apart from that, you're welcome.
Yeah, so this is an official invitation to
We're
Sean
calling
Bean.
you out, Bean.
Come on, you got the balls to do a
We want
podcast.
you. Right.
Can you imagine the next one actually have Sean Bean on it? Oh my god, it'd be amazing.
Crazy.
Yeah,
So,
okay, what is it?
Sean Bean, Bond film, his appearance as the bad guy in GoldenEye. He was
GoldenEye.
006, wasn't he? Now, he dies, I would arguably, more over the top than Cunt, which involved being peed on.
Right, I have seen the film.
He falls
Please
from
remind
the
me.
like it's a radio tower or something. The fall alone should have killed him because that's pretty brutal.
But it doesn't.
And, he's still alive. He's just there going, "Oh, my bones are all broken. Oh, I hope someone finds me." And then the helicopter crashes into. Oh no, the helicopter didn't crash. The structure that him and Bond were fighting on before falls onto him in a blaze of flame and horrificness, and he can't do anything because he's broken on the floor and he gets squished. Poor Bean.
I'm having trouble remembering this. I have seen the film. I have seen the film. I do remember there being a radio tower and him and Bond fighting. Because Piers Brosnan was Bond,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah, I do remember them fighting. Cannot remember him falling and the helicopter crashing on him.
No, the helicopter doesn't crash. The
Oh, sorry, what
radio.
Oh, the radio tower crashes.
thing crashes. But yeah, right. I think two things that need to be answered. One, Chris, can you survive a fall?
How big was the fall?
Very big.
Yeah.
So
All you got to do is land on your feet and roll. That's how they do it in all the films and stuff. And
bullshit.
I no, you can't call bullshit on that. You land on your feet and just roll forward, and you're fine. You can survive 90% of the falls.
Then you're left with your legs where your stomach should be, and your stomach where your head should be.
But you're alive.
But
We're not aiming to be in perfect condition. We're just aiming to be alive.
Oh, is that the case? Okay.
You can be a vegetable, but you're still alive.
Lands on his legs, and then legs are gone. He tries to crawl away before the whole dish falls on him in a flaming heap. Is that that's the best we can?
That's the best we can do for
do.
that. Is this the one where the guy has the Bond's got an exploding pen and he keeps clicking it?
Yes, that is correct.
Right, as Sean Bean was 006, you should be familiar with the sort of gadgets 007 should happen.
The Bond doesn't. The exploding pen's already been used at this point, so no gadgets. It's just Bond has his leg, and then drops him.
Well, don't let Bond drop you.
Well, how
There you
can
go.
He's got
That's
hold
a
of his
simple
leg.
way to survive it.
It's not like Hans Gruber where he's got a grab on something. He's completely helpless at this point, unless
At which point you
he's
simply
got,
reach up and grab
monkey
hold of
toes.
monkey
He's got
monkey toes.
and he can grapple the radio tower with his monkey toes. So Sean Bean, next film, monkey toes. Chris, what's next?
I was going to
Monkey toes.
say. I was going to say
The solution to
one
life's
perfect
problem.
way to survive that is, don't be Sean Bean in a movie, because you know you're going to die.
Yes, but how do you know you're Sean Bean in a movie?
Well,
If you're played by Sean Bean.
there you go. Exactly. If your character is played by Sean Bean in a movie, that character is dead.
Hang on, when they put my life on film,
Your life on film, because they're
and Sean
definitely
Bean
going to do
plays
that.
me, because we look exactly the same.
That means you're going to die. They're going to alter it.
God,
They're going to come to
no.
me with ideas, and I'll alter it, and I'm going to have a shit-related death in the toilet.
Damn it!
Massive dump. You can't get out. You push really hard. You blow your sphincter out, and then you just pass out.
What you got next?
I have got the T-800 Terminator being lowered into the sort of the iron pit for the smelting in Terminator 2 Judgment Day at the end,
This is a sad death.
where he then puts his hand up. Because I always thought when he goes down there, the last thing to happen is his hand goes down and he's given a thumbs up, right?
Yeah.
And at that point, his head was under, so his CPU should have been scrambled. Why did the hand not malfunction and just start swearing at John Connor, or possibly doing the wanker sign?
Maybe the thumbs up is his default.
As his default hand setting.
Uh,
But right,
Yeah, maybe he's just
No.
Yeah, just letting Connor know that it's going to be all okay.
Every little thing
Apart from the
gonna
future, which
be
is
alright. Yeah, that's fucked beyond belief.
That's
But,
not good.
Now the Terminator lowers himself into there because the.
Well, he needs to die. That's the thinking in this.
But does he?
Well, he could just go into hiding and live in a cave somewhere, but he wants to be sure that no one else can use his technology. Because at this point, they reckon that they've stopped Judgment Day.
Foolishly enough, yeah.
Ooh.
All they did was delay
You
it.
can never stop Skynet.
But the thing, his primary objective was to protect John Connor.
Yeah.
Yes, you've got rid of T-1000. Yes, you may think you stopped Judgment Day, but also say John Connor's not going to go outside and get shot and then mugged and then, I don't know, raped or whatever.
Mugged, shot, and raped in that order.
In that order.
That's an odd order.
That's an odd order, but it could happen. The T-800 should have stayed with him till the end.
Till the bitter end.
To the bitter end. And you know what? Or you know what? You could just throw John Connor into the lava. Judgment Day's been averted. You don't need the human resistance leader at that point. You could just throw him in there.
Hold on a moment. Shut up, birds! Bear with me.
I hope we're including that.
Damn it, I need more shotgun rounds. They're everywhere.
In case you want to inject us round outside to scare off some birds.
Yeah. I should have said edit point, but never mind.
It's alright. Are we gonna
completely lost track?
Are we gonna edit this out? We can always leave it in. It's a fun little.
I'll try to edit
bit.
it. But go on. What were you saying?
Well, if they thought Judgment Day was over, we could just launch John Connor in there.
But why?
What?
He doesn't cause Judgment Day. He's not Skynet.
He's not needed anymore at this point, as far as they're concerned.
He still might be useful. Might turn out to be quite a good cook.
Quite good cook.
Yeah,
maybe.
maybe.
In the third film, he's like living on the streets or something, isn't he?
Maybe a hygienist then.
But yeah, I personally would survive that by not lowering myself into molten lava. I wouldn't let the T-1000 destroy me as much as he did. I'd actually, done something about it and fought back.
I don't think you could survive a fight with a T-1000.
You want to bet? I'm talking about as me as a T-800 here.
Oh, no, you'd still lose.
No, I wouldn't. It'd be a piece of pea.
You'd be...
You just throw him into the molten lava.
Because it was that easy.
It was that
easy.
It was that easy.
Arnold would have done it.
Right, it was like, who knocks him in? Oh, it's Sarah Connor, isn't it? By shooting with a shotgun.
Yeah. She shoots him with the shotgun, and just as he's about to fall in, she runs out of bullets, and then Arnold comes by on a conveyor belt and pops him with a big gun.
That's it, yeah. The one point where a big gun was actually working.
Yes.
See, that's when your cunt guy should have used one of them.
What, as he's going by on a conveyor belt?
Yeah. But how did you survive this?
Well, I'm under the impression that Arnold has to die. So, yeah. What's gone on? You've picked one that we can't... He either lives in a cave until he rusts and stuff, or he accompanies John Connor as his male...
escort, yeah. That's it. They fix him up. He's lost both his legs.
Don't you think John Connor having a male escort would give the wrong impression?
Nah.
He wouldn't be teased relentlessly at school for having a male escort.
Well, no, because a male escort would kill
Accompany
everybody.
him everywhere.
Has the Terminator lost both legs at this point?
He can still walk.
Right. Because I was going to say just put him in a wheelchair.
But and then have John Connor having to
wheel him around and look after him. Terminator 3. Terminator 3. Terminator 3. Wouldn't it be Terminator 3 Rise of Machines? It'd be Terminator 3. Care for the T-800.
Yeah.
In its nursing home.
just
See,
John
you could have survived that.
Oiling his legs.
There you go. Easily could have survived that. Didn't have to lower himself into there, right? He would have been useful in Terminator 3.
He
John
was
Connor.
in Terminator 3.
Yeah, but then it would have been 2 Terminators that would have been on John Connor's side.
Well, that's just confusing.
Yeah.
Multiple Terminators.
Yeah, every film's got more, apart from the first one, has multiple Terminators.
Speaking of Terminators, this one reverts back to the episode that we were going to do about patron saint. Bill Paxton is the only man in human history to have been murdered brutally, I might add, by an alien, a predator, and a Terminator.
He's been killed by all 3.
Yes, he's the only person that we know of who has been murdered by them all. The one that I'm going to suggest that we could survive is Billy Paxton's encounter with a predator in Predator 2. The one that's not as good as the first Predator.
Predator 2. Is he...
Is
he the new rookie?
Let me give you the rundown. Let me give you the rundown. Bill Paxton is on a subway train.
Oh yeah, I remember now, yeah.
Show your face, I'm talking.
Alright. Gee, bloody hell.
You drink your water. That's it. Chug it. I dare you. Billy Paxton is on a subway car. Billy Paxton is on a subway train. And everyone's all freaked out because of these murders, and everyone pulls out a gun. The predator takes out everyone left on the train, and it's just Billy Paxton and not the Terminator, the predator left.
Oh, you're really struggling with this one, aren't you?
Right. Oh, I'm just too excited. I've been holding on to this fact for ages. So Billy Paxton is left on the train with the predator. He's run out of bullets. Predator's invisible. Lo and behold, a baseball bat laying on the train. So,
does he get a baseball bat?
Yeah.
I thought he had a golf ball. He throws a golf ball. He throws a golf ball at the predator, doesn't he?
He throws something at the bee. He's got some form of melee weapon. So he charges at
what weapon was that?
Melee weapon. What? I can say melee.
I thought it was either melee or melee weapon. Melee weapon.
Melee.
Yeah, melee. Yeah, go on.
Welcome to the segment of the show where I teach Chris how to speak English.
Shut up.
So he's got a bat of some description. The predator's still invisible. By the time Danny Glover gets to the scene, Billy Paxton is dead, and Daniel Glover gets there just as the predator rips Bill Paxton's head from his body. Right,
straight off the bat, I would survive this by not going 1-to-1 with a predator, because I am not Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Right, fact. Batman beats a predator with a baseball bat. Why can't Bill Paxton?
When does Batman do it?
In a comic book. Don't ask me which one. I don't know.
Well, that's quite simple.
I don't care.
That's also got a really simple answer. I'm Batman.
Be Batman.
That's because he's Batman. Right, that explains why. Bill Paxton is some guy that just dies a lot.
So Bill Paxton could survive if he was Batman?
Yes, if he was Batman.
Okay, next one.
You don't go...
Solved.
Solved, done.
We survive.
You don't go 1-on-1 with Terminator.
Predator.
Oh, fuck's sake. You don't go 1-on-1 with the Predator. And you know what he should have done? He should have watched the first Predator film, realised they had a heat vision, and become around bags of cold liquid he can douse himself in to hide from the Predator's heat vision.
That's highly unpractical.
But not unrealistic. Because... And don't say he can't watch the first Predator film because it's a Predator 2 and it's in the same universe. The Human Centipede, may I draw your attention to those two films?
Go there.
Only for a brief moment.
No.
The second film...
You wanted to talk about the Human Centipede.
In the second film...
Go on a different podcast.
In the second film, the character is watching the first film, because in the second film, the first film really is just a film. It never happened. So, that should have happened in Predator. Bill Paxton should have watched the Predator film, realised, oh no, now the Predator's in real life. What's this? I just carry around my bags of cold jelly. I'm going to rub myself. And he strips down naked, covers himself in jelly.
Then
Predator
he'd be
can't
dead
see
and
him.
naked.
Predator can't see him. Danny Glover turns up. Bill Paxton's there, just butt naked. He's surrounded by dead bodies.
Cold jelly.
And cold jelly. The Predator's gone off, but he survives. He survives.
Because he's naked.
Yes. How would you survive?
Actually, yeah, the Predator doesn't attack you unless you're armed in some way, because it likes to
unless you
sport,
attacked him
it?
first, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Bill Paxton couldn't get away with just dropping his trousers and his weapon and stuff, because he'd already been shooting at the Predator. But
as soon as you shoot at the Predator, that's it.
Yeah.
It's fair game.
It's on. So yeah.
Just don't shoot the Predator.
Just get a bigger bat.
Get a bigger gun. There you go. The RPG would have come in useful here. Close quarters.
Yeah.
Close quarters RPGs are always good.
Billy Paxton would have gone as well, but he would have gone out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah, rather than his horrible way of just throws a golf ball at the Predator. I can't get over that.
He does try to knock its head off with the bat.
Whoop-de fucking do. It doesn't work, does it?
It's the thought that counts.
It's the effort he puts in.
What's your next one?
My one is from the film The Raid, the Indonesian martial arts film.
I choreographed 50% of it.
Funnily enough, well, you didn't, but
that is funny.
Funnily enough, the character one who dies in it actually helped with the choreographing the fight scenes. Mad Dog. He's got the main guys as Rama. I think his name's Rama. I can't remember.
Don't try and pronounce. We'll get angry. We'll get shouted at.
We'll get shouted at. But he's got his brother up in this room. Rama's brother up in his room, chained up, and he's punching him. Rama comes in, so Mad Dog lowers his brother down because he wants a 2v1 basically, because he can take both of them.
He likes the three-way, does
he? He likes a three-way, Mad Dog. So he lowers Rama's brother down, and basically it's Mad Dog versus Rama and his brother. He eventually dies because they both eventually get him on the floor, pin him down.
Yeah.
He's had a fluorescent tube stabbed into his throat. He then gets the fluorescent tube grabbed and pulled across his throat, slitting it, causing blood to explode everywhere. Now, at this point, he's had a fluorescent tube in his throat for about a minute or so he's been bleeding out continuously, and he's still fighting. He's still going.
Crazy.
He is.
That's why they call him Mad Dog.
A true survivalist. So, how would you survive?
Not being a cocky arsehole. Leave the brother up there. Take the guy down. Take the guy out that's been messing up all your plans.
Precisely. 1-on-1, Mad Dog would have taken out both of them.
Easily.
Yeah, easily. Because you see how long he lasts against both of them.
Yeah.
Right. He absolutely annihilates both of them in a fight. They only get lucky because of stabbing him with that fluorescent tube. That's the only reason they manage to get lucky.
You notice that Mad Dog doesn't go for the... Even if he is taking them on both at the same time, he never goes for the deadly groin shot.
The groin
incapacitating
shot.
Groin shot.
Well, I don't.
If you're trying to fight two people at once, I think you're allowed certain leeway in the code of conduct when it comes to martial arts. There's two of them. You can hit at least one of them in the credential area to incapacitate them. I think that's fair.
Well, maybe because of Mad Dog, he doesn't like using weapons, and he wants to fight with the fists, make it a bit more honourable. Maybe he doesn't like the idea of hitting the nuts.
I think
it's
he's
too
got
easy,
a little
maybe.
man complex, because he is quite short.
He's really small, isn't he?
Maybe if you stepped on him, that would work.
I should have stepped on him when he was on the floor.
Step on him.
But I think, first off, he should have just killed Rama's brother, or left him chained up. Shouldn't load him down.
Yeah.
Because 1-on-1 against Rama, even though Rama's the main...
He's good, but
protagonist.
he's not Mad Dog.
No,
good.
Mad Dog's a lot better. Mad Dog would have wasted him, like he done fighting the captain. Is it the captain? Or
yeah, that fight's brutal.
That's brutal. He snaps his neck, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That was a good one.
He sings him to sleep with a lullaby.
Sings him to sleep with a lullaby.
Sings him to sleep with a lullaby.
So really mad, because I mean, Mad Dog, he's got all this martial arts training. He's got a little person's angry complex.
Yeah. He's short. He's skilled. He's really the whole small package.
The whole small package.
If your package is small, you want it.
If you want Mad Dog.
Yeah.
So to survive that scenario, don't let both brothers fight you at the same time. Just one-on-one them. Or if you're going to fight them both at the same time, make sure you don't flip one over to knock the fluorescent light down. And then, because when it gets stabbed in his neck, he keeps fighting even though the blood's
Yeah,
pissing
it's
out
only
of
when
it.
They cut.
Actually
They
slit
drag
his
it
throat
across
open,
that it finally puts the mad dog down. Right.
So if I was, yeah, go on. What's your next one then?
Yeah, no, I was going to try and segue. But if you have something to say.
Oh, no, yeah, seg away. Seg it all night long, baby.
Seg it away now.
Oh, God, we're going to get sued copyright.
Why? That's an original song. Original.
What is your next one?
My final one is the magic pencil from The Dark Knight.
Brilliant scene. Absolutely love it. Fuck the guy. I didn't want him to survive that. Go Joker.
The gangster guy could easily have survived that by not going next to the crazy person. When he approaches the Joker, it looks like he's just going to pat him on the shoulder. It's like a bouncer trying to escort someone from a nightclub. I think you've had enough. Let's go. It's like, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to have a pencil. No, he's clearly crazy. You stay away from him, or you shoot him with a gun.
I was going to say, these mobs has not got any guns.
Every problem we've had.
Yeah, if Mad Dog had a gun, he would have survived his.
Yeah. Where does he think the pencil's going?
Yeah,
Joker's put the pencil on the table for a purpose.
Face up, so the pointy part is sticking up in the air. At that point, you should be concerned as to where the pencil is going.
There's only one place the pencil is. Well,
several places it could have gone.
I don't think the Joker's that way inclined, though.
I don't know. I don't really know. The Joker did have a wife. The Joker does have a wife, or did have a wife in the comics and in the films. Why are you looking so confused for?
Just confused. Although the Joker does have a history of good on-screen movie kills. Jack Nicholson's Joker, the disintegrating joy buzzer of doom.
Oh, that was brilliant. That was amazing. But I think how it probably sounds really creepy. I just right into the microphone. I think the best way to survive that would have been you just approach the Joker a bit more cautiously. If he's got a pencil sticking on the table, that pencil's going somewhere.
Knock the pencil off the table immediately.
Another thing, like you said, he is a bit like a bouncer. He just puts his hand on the Joker's shoulder, doesn't he?
He's going to pat him. No.
Don't know. You want to rugby tackle the Joker to the floor.
Ah!
Just running, screaming, rugby tackle the Joker to the floor, and stick your tongue down his throat.
What?
Make out with the Joker. That would have thrown him off completely.
That would really freak him.
Basically, the way to
That's
survive
how
this...
you out-crazy a crazy person.
That's how you do it.
The Joker.
What you should have done. What you should have done is gone over, approach the Joker. He should then sat on the pencil, let the pencil enter him anally. Let the pencil enter him anally, through his rectum, and then at that point he would have said, "I'm game for this," and then they just have a massive orgy. And
I want you to put the pencil in me.
And that would have completely thrown the Joker, and that's how you survive it.
Oh god.
That's how you survive that.
I wasn't expecting the Dark Knight to get that graphic.
That graphic.
No.
But that's how I'd survive it, by initiating a massive orgy to throw the Joker off balance. How would you survive?
Not like that. Just moving the pencil.
Boring.
I know, yeah, but effective. So, what's your last one, Chris?
Okay, my final one is from the Dredd film starring Carl. Is it Urberton? What's his name? The one that plays.
You lost me at Carl.
The one that plays Bones in the J.J. Abrams Star Trek films.
You lost me at J.J. Abrams.
Have you seen the Star Trek films, the new ones?
No.
What? Bloody hell! Right, Carl Urban. I can't remember what his last name is, but regardless, he plays Dredd in this film.
Yeah.
There's a scene near the beginning of the film where Dredd's cornered this person in a shopping centre. He's got a gun to this woman's head. Now, Dredd gives him the choice of releasing the woman, and he'll give him life in a they're called they're called ISO cubes. I think they're called ISO cubes. It's like their version of prison cells without parole, or he executes him on the spot. Now, the guns in Judge Dredd that the judges use.
Do they not have gaffles? Like really big hammers that they can use instead of guns?
I'm afraid not.
Big
No.
hammers.
But these guns, they have multiple ammo in them for different rounds. So basically, you tell whether you want semi-automatic, automatic, armor-piercing, etc. There's a gun. One sentence is called High-X. It's basically an explosive.
One.
And he shoots it directly at this guy's head, past the woman's head that he's holding hostage, into the guy's mouth. The guy then falls to his knees, and the guy's falls to his knee. His entire head just turns to flames and explodes and melts. Very brutal death. Very good. In fact, the film was criticised for its overuse of violence.
Oh, sounds intriguing.
I know.
Would an excessive amount of saliva put the fire out that was in his mouth? Would that have worked?
You know what? It could have worked. But he was in a food court in a shopping centre. I'm sure he could have found a slushy machine and just buried his head in there.
Well, he runs over thinking he's grabbing a bottle of water, pours it down. Oh shit, it's vodka. I'm more on fire.
Goes on fire. He could have moved the woman's head in front of his when Judge shot. No, sorry, it's not High-X. Apologies, no. It's not High-X, because what happens is Jed. Fucking Jed.
Jed.
That's the abbreviated version of Judge Dredd, is Jed.
Jed.
Dredd raises his gun and he says, I think he says something along the lines of criminal of, surrender, or do you feel like a hot shot? Now the criminal at this point says, what do you say? And he goes, I said hot shot. And by saying hot shot, it activates the mode on the gun that allows him to shoot this flare out, which melts the guy's head. Yes, anyway, that's what happens. How would you survive?
Excess saliva, not drinking vodka,
burying your head in some sort of slushy machine.
Yeah. Is there a fire extinguisher nearby?
Probably not.
Would that help? Stop, drop and roll.
Stop, drop and roll. I really don't think it would have.
Spinning on your head, would that help?
Maybe he should just accept it, because Dredd did give him the choice of you either die or you surrender and you get life inside an ISO cube with no parole.
Yeah. At least he would be cool in there and not.
And you'd be alive.
A hot shot.
Another. Oh, wow. That was dreadful.
Thank you very much. I'm here all
just
for
terrible.
the duration of this podcast.
No.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's still here. It has just been dreadful.
It's one of the better jokes of
I think.
podcasts.
I think. Yeah. So, how would you survive, Sue?
I told you.
Excess saliva.
Excess saliva.
Don't take up a life of crime in the first place.
Yes. Avoid the use of guns, contrary to what we've been saying
this entire episode.
Yes. But yeah.
We would just want to say that We Could Survive That does not endorse the use of guns in any way, shape or form.
Yes. Especially the ones that are shaped like glasses and give you vodka.
What?
Definitely don't encourage them ones.
Oh, I love the alcohol guns.
Yes.
I want to get one of those. We should get one of those alcohol guns.
Yeah.
They can just fire like whiskey and shit across.
Not whiskey.
Cider.
Cold beer.
Beer's nasty. That's shit.
Beer.
Don't like beer at all.
And on that note, I think that's almost the end of the podcast.
Yeah, okay.
We are going to go and get a small gun that fires beer.
Fires beer. Sounds like an exciting day we've got planned.
Wow.
Right, so anyway, that was our top 5. Well, Jack's top 5.
That was 5 deaths that we have heard of and could survive.
That we think we could survive using these different methods.
Yes.
Do
you want to try a smooth outro?
I will do the smooth outro. If you want to do the whole contact information part first.
Oh yeah. If you want to get in touch with the show, next week we're going to be discussing a whole film that we could survive. So if you have any suggestions, I'm not sure which film we'll be doing though. But yeah, if you have any suggestions or any better ways that you could survive, you can email the show at wecouldssurvivethat@gmail.com, or you can follow us in real life or on Twitter at wecouldssurvive.
Yeah. Oh, my turn.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you had any more information to go out.
Chris's home phone number is.
And we'll stop right there. I think. We should have a Facebook page up soon enough, but I'm leaving that to Jack to deal. I don't use Facebook, so I don't have anything to do with that.
I'm a very busy and lazy man, so we'll see when that comes up.
We'll see when that comes up. But, we should have one up in the future, hopefully.
Eventually.
But anyway, thank you for listening. You've been listening to We Could Survive That, your weekly survivor guide to the movies. I'm Chris, signing off.
I'm never going to sign off.
And Jack's never going to sign off.
No.
Nope.
I will always be here. Goodbye.
Toodaloo.